Coming up on the next episode. Good morning, YouTube. Here with you on a Tuesday morning. It is 9:32 now in the AM. I had really not planned. I hadn't really planned to make a video this morning, but I was watching Wally of Wally's Place 66, and that's Ron actually. I call him Wally. Do a video on some chainsaws, and it reminded me of me and my forgetfulness, I guess is what you would call it. But I'm sorry if I'm distracted here. I'm trying to do some updates on the computer while I'm sitting here, and I got those started now. Okay, but anyway, he was going back and forth, and it was a little confusing to listen to the video, but you know, is what it is. What you see in front of you is a battery holder. Now this particular holder is confusing for me because I thought it was for a different battery. This is the one I thought it was for, but it's not. As you can see, that's too small. Well, the battery holder is too big, whatever you want to say it. The battery's too small or the battery holder is too big. This is for an 18650 battery, and this is a 14500 battery. And as it is, that it will not work with that battery holder. But what the confusion was, I thought I had ordered two of these, and instead, the last thing I looked at on eBay said that it was two of these that I ordered. So there was confusion there, and so I'm happy to understand that I'm not the only one that gets confused about stuff like that. So that's that. Also on this video, I want to mention that Tommy, Bill's son, had messaged me some time ago, and I'm sorry, Tom, but I kind of had some things to get done. More about that later, but the Canon camera that I'm using to shoot this with, it's a power shot, and I don't remember the exact number of it, but it's what Canon calls a point and shoot camera, and these cameras were never meant to be video cameras. The fact that they do video is good, but they're not really meant for that. And as such, the file system on there is FAT32 on the cards that you use to record the video on inside the camera, and those are limited to 4 GB file size. And the way the firmware on these cameras, like I said, they're not meant for shooting video, but they do video, and they do a fairly good job of it. I think it looks pretty good. You'll notice the sun coming in there. It's a nice sunny day again. But anyway, Tommy was asking me about why his camera shuts off after, I don't know, 18-20 minutes, depending on, I guess, what you're shooting. And that's the reason it does that, Tommy, is because the card, it doesn't get full, but the file that you're shooting, if you shoot it for a long period of time, gets up to 4 GB, and once it does that, it shuts off. And that's the way the camera is designed to work. And like I said, these cameras were really never meant to be video cameras, but they do in a pinch work for that, and you can usually find them pretty cheap on eBay, which is the kind of situation I like. So I expect to get, like I say, whatever that time frame is, of video out of them, and that's it. Now I also have a Canon camcorder that will continuously video a lot longer. In fact, I think I used it when we did the 3D printer build. You guys may recall that video, them videos, I guess I should say. that it keeps going because it was designed for video. That's what it was made for. But these cameras here do a fairly good job. The point and shoot ones that I'm talking about. But that's why it shuts off, Tommy. And I really, like I say, I apologize for taking so long to answer your question. But that is why they do that. And it's not a fault with the anything with your camera or your cards or your anything like that. They just don't they don't make them to do that, and that's just the way that works. So I wanted to explain that. Speaking of why it took so long, the funeral was Friday. It was I won't say it was good. Their funerals are never really good, but I think it went as well as could be expected. How's that? Does that sound pretty good? A lot of people there. Talked to a lot of people again, like I hadn't seen. Well, some of them I had just seen a couple of weeks prior to from my sister's funeral or memorial service. So, like I say, that's how that worked out, and that's like I say, it went as well as you could do. It was a very long day, very emotionally draining day. We got down there, left the house at around 8:30, and got down there around 10, and I was there till I want to say well after 2, maybe even a little bit later than that after the dinner and everything. But anyway, it was a very long day and very emotional, ups and downs. You ran the gamut for emotions because the sadness of what the event was, and the passing of a loved one is bad. But at the same time, those points in time, sometimes you get to see people you have not seen in a long, long time, and that's nice. And gives you a little joy, and things like that. But overall, like I said, it was as good as could be expected. I'll just put it that way. And so that's how that went, and I'm happy about that. Hopefully get things back. I won't say to normal. They'll never be normal again because your mom's not here no more, and you guys lost your loved ones like that know what I'm talking about. So enough said about that. I don't want to dwell too much on that. Anyway, that's that. I had been working on a project here that the battery holder. That's what I was talking about. That's what I've been telling Bob for some time now. I could not find the ones I ordered for the 14500 battery holders. And I had, like I said, I ordered 2 of them, I thought, and turns out I didn't. So I have ordered those now, and those are coming from China. That's the only place I could find them. I think I got 4 of them coming. But those are coming, and the reason I have those coming is for this item here. And there is what the Probe ST is looking like. You can see I have the probe mounted here, and I have the board mounted inside, and we'll take a look at that. Now I have double checked a couple of times the length of this, and I do believe it will fit in this space here, I hope. The only thing I can see now is maybe the probe tip coming through there might hold it out a little bit, but I think there's enough give in the sizes that it will work. I hope. We will see once it gets here, but you don't really know until you get it in front of you and start looking at it. But I wanted to see how this was. This is a dummy potentiometer that I'm using for this. I had to redo the one on my BDST because I had never gotten around to changing out the volume pot when Bob changed them from I think 500K to 100K. But now that has been done. As you can see, the new one is in there, the 100K, and that's all been changed around, and I haven't got yet to test that, but I'm going to here sometime, probably today maybe. But anyway, I wanted to get that done as well, and those are also out on order. The new ones coming in for the ones that we're selling, they should be here in time, I think, to still meet my time frame with the boards and things like that coming in. Bob says those are in the country now, so just as long as it takes USPS to get them here, I guess is how long it takes. But and that's about it on that. Keep getting that phone call from somebody. Anyway, so I wanted to, like I said, do a little update on this. I'm hoping maybe today to take this board back out. Let's see if I can do that real quick. I doubt if I can, but you know how it goes. You know, you might be able to do something if you can. I'll try and pop this off real quick, this volume knob, if I can do that. Should be able to. I see no reason why I shouldn't. But I just wanted to take a look at it and see what it looked like with the board mounted in there and go from there. So there you go. Pop that out. See, already it's hanging up on that probe tip a little bit. That's kind of what I was afraid of, but the probe tip will come out pretty easy. It just screws in and it will come out. So whole thing comes out like that. Now there's your board. What I have right there, you can see it's pretty much flush with the bottom of that. And what I've done is taken, there's bottom two pins for the switch itself. Let me use my pointer. The way it fits in there, you take and bend them over just slightly at a right angle, and they'll solder into that side. And this side here is just tacked right now. I don't have it in there very good, but there'll be three lines there that go down to the lines for that, and they're very easy to put in too. So I tried to make it as straight as possible, but I got it a little bit crooked when I was getting it out. But anyway, the rest of the stuff will be mounted on the, let's see, I think I've got it upside down. I think this is the top side of the board, but I was just wanting to do it as a test. This is not the one that goes in there, but what I want to do is what I'm trying to get to here. I'm doing this the long way around, but I want to take this out, put the right one in, and do it the right way. It will come up this way, like this. And the components get mounted on this side, I believe, is how that works, because there's your outline for your socket, things like that, and all your components are mounted on this side here. So once those are mounted in there, and I get the board in here, get that mounted in there, I want to kind of put one together and see, how it works out. But again, I think that will make a difference on something. I don't know exactly what, but once I do that, maybe I'll do another little short video and show you that it works or whatever. Now Bob did assemble his board, and he's having a little bit of a problem with it, I believe, and so he's out visiting today, but he said when he got back he would take and see what the problem is with his, and find out basically what the problem is. He thought maybe he was going to do some trace checking, maybe there's a trace that's off a little bit. Now these, as you can see, uses the 1N34A diode there for the probe tip, goes up to the probe tip. So I think one's probe tip, one's the ground, I think is the way they work. Maybe not, I can't remember, but again, it's not that. You get your battery connection down here. I believe this is the output, and it says out. So I'm pretty sure that's the probe tip is this side here on top, and I believe the minus is on the bottom, I think. So it's not a big deal. The minus could be hooked up to the battery minus if you needed to do that, but I don't think we really have to. But I'm hoping, I don't know exactly how to, the way this is to be attached to the board, the subboard, or what do you want to call that little thing that fits in there. The little preamp board fits in there. I think you just run some little lead jumpers through there and solder them back to each one of them. I think that's the way that works, and that's the way I'm going to do it, I think, anyway. So like I say, you got a few capacitors to put in, and maybe a resistor or two. I can't remember exactly what the component list is on this, but I just kind of wanted to show you that this is where we're at on this, and again, waiting on parts on the BDST to sell it. Have several inquiries on that, and I'm happy about that. People that say they're going to buy one when they are ready to be sold, and so happy about that. My plan is now this initial run will be 10, and I think once I have a firm, in other words, we have 5 paid for, I will order 10 more. I don't want to get too far ahead and get too far in, have too much inventory. In other words, what I'm saying. So trying to do this on the budget, as you guys know, and so we're trying to hold off on ordering a lot of. We did this with the first thing. Of course, now a lot of the parts that I've ordered for that can be used for other things. It's not a big deal, but so we're kind of trying to be a little more conservative this time around and do things as we need to and things. So there's the look at the hole for that. Now I don't know if I got that centered. It was difficult to get that. I had to drill that from the inside because there's a little tip that sticks out on the outside, and it was a little difficult to drill. So you know, it's going to have to do a little bit better job of getting it centered, I think, but it will work just fine like it is. It's good and solid in there. I like that. The plan for the speaker is, now we're going to use the I think they're 28 millimeter speakers, I think is what they were. The larger of the speakers, originally we were going to use the smaller ones, I think they're 20 millimeters. But we're going to mount it on this side here, and that will allow us to use the this area here for connections for our battery charger, things like that. And if we go with a headphone adapter jack, that will also, you know, be here. So that's good. Now we're having some discussion on where to put the ground cable and have it come out. I want to put it out on this end. Bob says it's better on this end or even out here. What do you guys think? I'm thinking if it comes out here with the probe tip, and it may get, you know, in the way of your troubleshooting, because you know you're going to be moving this around troubleshooting, and if that wire's right there, it's going to be, you know, interacting. Where if it's back here, it'll be out of the way enough where you can move around it and things like that. That's just my thought on it. What do you guys think on that? Let me know. And but this is again, this is our prototype. I don't know that we're going with this design, but we wanted to know what this was how this was going to work, and we wanted to make one that would work, and that's the plan anyway. So yeah, there's plenty of room to mount that speaker in here and still leave plenty of room for the other 2 jacks that we plan to put in there. This initial one won't have the headphone jack because we just want to get it to be a working prototype, and we can add the headphone excuse me, headphone jack later if we need to. So that's the plan on that. But I'm happy that these worked out. I was I was really dreading, I don't know, I guess the way I was looking at the size of this compared to the battery holder that we have coming, those are I believe 58 millimeters long, the new ones for the 14500 battery, and this is I think 64 millimeters inside here, from top to bottom, and I think that's basically from here, when it's closed like that, I think that's from this lip here to this here, I think is the way that, but anyway, that's obviously 64 to 58, there's quite a bit of a space there that you'll have, and I think that tip won't bother that at all, because that tip is only that much sticking out. Right, let's see, right there. So I haven't measured that, but I'm hoping. And if not, we can cut this down too. I haven't decided yet on connection for the tip. Now the tip you can use a wire through here. These are designed to use a wire. You can see the hole right there. You just stick that wire up there, and then you put your nut on. When you put your nut on, that holds the whole thing tight, against that wire. And you can do it that way, or you can just take and solder it to this end here, because this is a solderable end here, and that's the way I prefer doing it, I think. That way you got a good connection, a good electrical connection there, and everything is hunky-dory. Now obviously you can see I'm putting that cap on backwards, or upside down. I think it works out better that way. I don't think it'll even go on the other way, to tell you the truth, because of the way the threads are on this. And going through that, it will probably thread on, but doesn't give you very much thread to hold that to the case, and I'm just afraid that it won't be enough. So you can see when I open it up, that's right there is where it starts to come off. Right there it's tight, but you can see that might be enough of space by the time you tighten it down. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. But like I said, there's a couple of things that were going on about this morning, so I thought we'd take a little bit of time and run this by everybody and show you that what we're doing. And again, today I'm going to get this off. This was, I don't even know which one this, I got this off another board, one of the old BDSTs, the designs that we had, and I knew that it would never be used, so I just used this one for our sample, or for our guinea pig. And but that will work out rather well. As you can see, it fit in there well, and it had enough threads where you could thread this to the, tighten this down, and it doesn't hit the sides of the board here. As you can see, you saw in the video, it did not hit the sides of the probe body, and so that will work out well. It's in there nice and solid, and that was our design to begin with, to make sure that everything is going to be fitting, number one, and be solid in there too. So that's the way that's going to work out, I think. So I think I've covered everything I wanted to cut. Oh, Greg messaged me. He got back from his extended vacation in I think North Carolina. I can't remember exactly where he goes down there. His daughter lives. But anyway, so he's back home now, and we're hoping to see a video from him here soon. And that's that. So I don't know what else is going on now. On the other item that we're working on here, besides the BDST, is the Simple AM Plus. Now we're hoping to market that next. I've spoken with Bob on that, and I've got a board here somewhere. You guys know how it is, and I know Bob sent this one, and I know I got it, but don't know where it's at. But it's not like this battery holder. It is actually here somewhere. I just got to find it. But so that's where we're at on things, and I just wanted to tell you, because I know this is at 23 minutes. It's getting ready to shut down if it's not going to make it. So you guys have a great one, and I do appreciate you watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.